Why can strong pawn advances be dangerous in chess? Imagine pushing a pawn forward with the idea of gaining space or launching an attack, but suddenly realizing that move might open up your entire position. That's the tricky part about advancing pawns too aggressively. Pawns only move forward, and they cannot go back once pushed. If you push a pawn too far without proper support, it can create permanent weak spots in your position. These weak spots are holes or squares behind the pawn that your opponent can target later. When you advance a pawn, you often give up control of key squares behind it. If those squares are left unprotected, your opponent can occupy them easily. This can lead to your pawn becoming isolated or backward, meaning it's alone and vulnerable to attack. An unsupported pawn that is deep in enemy territory can become a target for opposing pieces, making it hard to defend. Overextending pawns can also cause your entire pawn structure to lose cohesion. When pawns are spread out or pushed too far, they stop protecting each other effectively. This makes it easier for your opponent to infiltrate your position with their pieces. If your pawns are unsupported, they become weaker and more prone to attack. Pushing pawns forward on the flanks can be tempting if you want to open lines for your pieces. But if you do this without enough backup, it can weaken your king's safety. For example, advancing pawns on the king side or queen side without support might create holes or open diagonals that your opponent can exploit. This can give them the chance to attack your king or seize critical squares. In the middle game, strong pawn advances can be useful for gaining space or preparing an attack. But if done carelessly, they can backfire. For instance, pushing pawns too far on the side of the board might weaken your overall structure and give your opponent a chance to counterattack. It's important to manage your pawn structure carefully, making sure your pawns support each other and don't create weaknesses. In summary, while advancing pawns can help you gain ground and create attacking chances, they also carry risks. They can weaken your position by creating holes, losing support, or exposing your king. Managing pawn structures during the middle game is key to avoiding these dangers and keeping your position solid.